Is Halloween 2025 canceled this year due to the recent issues? Let's take a look.
Sometimes it's not. I always come back. I am Chucky, the killer dog, and I don't want to give that up.
If you are not currently interested in the recent times and politics, that's fine. I'm not going to bring politics into this. But the situation here is there's something called tariffs. Now, if you're a little 10-year-old and you're probably like, what is money? I'm here to tell you what that is. That means, of course, things cost money, and they're made, and the resources cost money. And a lot of times they're made in the USA, sometimes China, but the parts come from different parts of the world. And they're shipped there. And so the companies pay for that. And now there's something called tariffs, which means it's like an extra tax. Like they have to pay a lot more now for those goods. So, I know a lot of people are upset about that. I can say I am too, because that means that if these people are paying a lot more for the materials, they're going to have to drive up the price when it's shipped back as a full created piece to your door, your business, wherever. And so that is a huge, tremendous problem with shipping items. And obviously, products are designed like a year or two before their release in the Halloween industry. And now we're finally getting that, and it's a fail. Because, stuff gets shipped usually every year, and this year was a big flop. Gotta get some H2O in there. Pretty much, we have two companies that are already saying and already kind of confirmed to not be releasing their 2025 stuff. One is worse than the other, though, which is a big problem. So obviously, Home Depot has always been kind of rebellious for pricing stuff, and everybody's like out here pricing stuff $400 each. Home Depot's out here pricing animatronics at $100 to $200 each, which is incredible, but it's their strap. Honestly, that will probably not be that way this year. I'm expecting the budget props to be $200 minimum. Whoa, $100 more than last year. I think it might just get canceled, honestly. A lot of that stuff could have been really good, and the prices are going to ruin it. Now, here's the problem, right? Is Home Depot going to have to raise prices? Spirit's already out there price gouging a little bit, like their prices are pretty bad. But oh well. Lowe's gets into the game. I don't want to lose chances of a sponsor. Okay, we're back after a little glitch. Lowe's is out here overpricing stuff. Their strategy, I think, is to overprice things so you don't really buy it in the main season. Because then when I go 75% off like 2 weeks before Halloween, people will go berserk and buy it up before Halloween Day comes. And so, this brings me to believe that their madness had a method to it, but now it's going to be so unrequired. Now it's going to be so required that they price things high, because what happens is these companies are already expensive with their goods, and now it's going to be a lot more expensive. Like, the clearance prices at the end of the year will be the prices of what that retail price should have been, probably. Which is crazy. Because 50% off a Lowe's a Home Depot animatronic this year will run out to about the same price as it would be, like, last year. And Soul Slasher was $100 with that same mechanism. Now the Butcher and the Barber with the same mechanism. I'm guessing will be $200 if not more. Obviously, they have a little latex and stuff. But still, half off, you get that for the price it definitely most certainly should have been. So, that's how it works. But we have two companies that are out of the game this year. These pictures have been floating around. Let's start. Sadly, Morris Costumes 2025 importation has been canceled. There is no more goods coming in unless it's old stock. They don't want that new stuff getting out, you know? Because they can't afford it. Classic props will probably still be out, like the Digigram Reapers, the Cauldron Creep, the Pesky. All those will probably still be for sale. But the problem is, smaller businesses rely off these big businesses' items too. Like little local Halloween stores. Morris is where they get their stock. Morris, Sunstar, rarely Gemmy is where their items come from. So that's a very big deal. Oh my, just remember we have 3 companies kind of out of the game. Next one is HalloweenCostumes.com. They have made a video saying that at least with their 3 product waves, 70 animatronics, what's happening is wave 1 came in January, and the second one was scheduled for early June, probably a halfway to Halloween, or May. Obviously a halfway to Halloween release, probably. But guess what ended up happening? That just got postponed. Sorry, it's the sound of my mom's phone. But what ended up happening was they just said that, you know, they canceled. They were canceling that launch. This doesn't mean that we're out of the game permanently, but still, oh well. And the items that were for pre-order too were not built and imported yet. Meaning that, you know, that stuff probably has no hope of releasing, or it might be too much. This includes Dire Dragons, Elevation, and such. But that is a big problem that's happening. Now, even though they're not a great contender, this is the saddest news right here. I think I can say this is Lowe's. They are not permanently out of the game, but we think they will be pretty out of the game because Gemmy is 100% out of the game now. And Lowe's gets most goods from Lowe's. You know, Lowe's is we talked off their prices, but they rely a lot off of Gemmy, Techie, and SVI. Mainly Gemmy and Techie this year especially. And Gemmy has canceled all shipments of their products for 2025. Any old product, unless it's been imported already, any old product, any new product, Haunted Night, Gemmy Leatherface, the new Halloween costumes, Annabelle probably, all canceled now. Big problem. Gemmy, I don't think will survive these next few years, these next 4 particularly, hate to get political. The economy is in a bad state. And I'm not here for it, honestly. I think it's a big problem. I can't say anything other than this being a big problem. And the economy's not willing for the Halloween industry. A lot of things are made in China, and this stuff can't be made in America because parts come from China and such. Yeah, we can get latex here, and we can make molds, but it's going to cost a lot more. So Gemmy is permanently out of the game. Halloween costumes might soon be permanently out of the game. Morris is out of the game for this year. What could be next? This is the situation. I just thought I'd say Halloween 2025. I'm not saying it's canceled. The holiday's canceled. Well, it will go on, but prices will be going up and item stock will be going down. This will be kind of like 2021. If you want to hear more about what 2021 was like, last September I did a video titled "The Year That Ruined Spirit Halloween" about how 2021 shipping crisis affected many stores, practically to the extent that every store had low stock, empty shelves, and no prop set up. And so that will be, I think, the situation this year. Just thought I'd say all this, get some people actually educated on what's happening. Some people are still asking what tariffs are. You need to know nowadays. All I'm here to say, I'm not trying to be rude, I'm not trying to be evil, but Halloween might be canceled this year for a lot of people because the situation is the animatronics, at least parts, are made in China. So Gemmy was a reliable source, even though their stuff wasn't that great, and Morris and all them. So this also means inflatables will be created this year, and that's a big problem. So anyway, just thought I'd make this video, and for everything forward, this is ABC Halloween.
Sometimes it's not. I always come back. I am Chucky, the killer dog, and I don't want to give that up.